Yo, 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 good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Vibes Live, episode 72, right here, on this Sunday night. Uh, just waiting a little bit for people to join the stream. So, the first minute or two, we'll just chat on how the weekend went. Well, it was a sunny one here in Trinidad and Tobago. There was some slight rains on some parts, but nothing to say anything really and truly. It was mostly dry weather, and you could see it here. You could see it in the, you know, you could see it in the. Ooh, let me just raise up this a bit. Yeah. I know. We getting a little fancy here. Getting a little fancy. Whoa, Barry. Good night. Good night. Welcome. So yeah, we could see it a bit. Like I was on the savannah earlier today, and it was like, yeah, you could see the dry season in effect, meaning like everything brown. And I'm sure when you're driving down the highway as well, everything will be kind of brown because I see a good bit of bushfires has started back, and the heat these days. I think we recorded one of the highest recorded temperatures. No, not highest, probably recorded temperatures, but I think I was seeing somewhere the temperature here in Trinidad and Tobago was 36.5 during the week. Somebody in the chat could update me if that is correct, but I believe I was seeing our temperatures here, so the place was real hot. All right, and well, this weekend it wasn't too bad. Oh, Naeem, good night, good night. Oh, and well, good night and welcome to the vibes on this Sunday. This one I'm going to try and keep it a bit short because I have a few things I haven't done yet. As you can see, the background behind me remain the same from like 2 weeks ago. Speaking of 2 weeks ago, last weekend I wanted to go live at Colorland, right? Because I got invited by Little South to come across and live stream and everything. Oh, Vinish, Kurt, and Salim. Good night, good night. So yeah, and I was going. My plan was to live stream, but then like, okay, so if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I suggest you go check that in or watch it after this if you are here. And yeah, so basically, I got the opportunity to move with the Shiva Gunner organization. These are religious group in Cunupia, right? And they did like, okay, for Pagwa. Let me take this in steps. For Pagwa, normally you would go to the various venues and they'll have the people spraying the colorful water, which is abir, or the powder on you, and all these things. Families be enjoying themselves. They will have some performances. Sometimes you'll see a group pull up with a truck and go up and sing a set of songs. That is always the song is called Chowtal. Oh, Leali, good night, good night. Yeah, and the group that comes is the Chowtal group. So this year I got the opportunity to move with a Chowtal group, and it kind of happened like the day before. So this was happening on the Sunday, the same Sunday I was supposed to go Colorland. So I made a call and I got permission to join them on this Chowtal hopping, so I could capture that aspect of it because I remember doing this when I was a kid, when I was small, when I was down Gandhi Village. Shout out the Gandhi Village trips back then, and it was so much fun. I mean, I guess it's much more fun when you are younger and you just enjoying life and enjoying the colors and enjoying the celebrations and all these things. I appreciate it more now that I'm older, but yeah. So I guess I just a facet of like sometimes we take certain things for granted when we are young, and I just wanted to capture that. And thanks to the Shiva Gunner organization, I was able to do that. So don't worry, Jeremy. We'll tackle that. Jeremy's asking, what's the plans for the long weekend? I'll tackle that in a little bit because we will get to that in a little bit. For those of you who don't know, yes, next weekend is a long weekend because next weekend we are celebrating Eid and Spiritual Baptist Day. So Spiritual Baptist is falling on the 30th, which is the Sunday. That means the Monday is the holiday. Whenever a holiday falls on a Sunday here in Trinidad and Tobago, which is normally a public holiday, the next day is when we get the holiday for it, the public holiday for it. Or in this case here, where two holidays kind of fall on top of each other, because Eid could be either the Sunday or the Monday, right? Then it's the next day after will be the holiday. So because we have basically Eid and this Eid al-Fitr, essentially we be celebrating Eid and also Spiritual Baptist on more or less the same day. That means next week Monday and Tuesday are public holidays here in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah, so that's next weekend. So that's what Jeremy is asking about. So that's basically a long weekend. So from the time you finish work on the Friday, this Friday coming up, then the next time you might have to go back to work would be the Wednesday for public people, because I mean um the oh my gosh, private institutions, it might be a little different. But anyway, we'll come to that just now. So back to the Pagwa, I was able to capture that, like, be able to be on a truck, interact with these youths, and it was very heartwarming to see how much these youths were involved in this, right? And I think that is what I have to give credit to the Shiva Ghana organization, because most places, when you go to most of the religious spaces here in Trinidad and Tobago, you tend to see more of the older folks taking part, and you doesn't see as much young people, you know, involved. So it was fun to see that, and it was also fun to move with them. Now the thing is, right, when I'm moving with them, and that was whole day, so I would reach down Kunupia about 9 o'clock in the morning, and by the time reach Kirab, Knowles Ground Kirab, it was about 4 ish, a little after 4. So I was recording, and I was going to live stream like around a little after 5. But by then I was tired. I was like, all right, because whole day I've been out with these youths moving and recording stuff and everything, and trying to capture this moment for yesterday's video, shout out hopping. And so I wasn't able to go to do the live stream at Colorland. And on top of that, like, by the time I reached home, I was thinking about doing Sunday Vibes Live, but I was just like whole day out there, that sun brutal, and I was just tired. So that's why I had no live stream last weekend, right? And that's also why I didn't go live. I didn't live stream Colorland this year. I did do it last year, right? But this year I did not get a chance to do it. Now the nice thing about not the nice thing, I already explained about the nice thing about doing the shout out happen with the organization. The thing is, right, we visited, apart from in the video, we visited 4 grounds. Now these 4 grounds were where they were celebrating Pagwa's celebrations, holy celebrations. It's a festival of color. It is like I said, as I discussed in the video, it's mainly good versus evil kind of thing, and it's basically a celebration of having faith in God or Bhagwan or that divine being, yeah, and not being swayed regardless of what temptations may fall your way. And I'm going to jump into the story of Prahalada and King Hiranyakashipu and all these things. So yeah, you could Google those names and check that out if you want to. But that is part of the story of Holika, Pagwa, and the Festival of Colors, right? But it was disheartening. I mentioned in the video that it didn't have as much people celebrating it at the different grounds. Now these 4 grounds we visited, and they were celebrating. Apart from that, and I did not show this in the video, is that we visited 3 other grounds. So it was supposed to be about 7 to 8 grounds they were supposed to visit in total, but 3 other grounds that would have normally have celebrations, when we passed, it didn't have anything. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, Daryl now saying they had a little bit of a Pagwa parade here in New York. That's nice, man. I'm glad to hear that. Hope he was able to capture something and post up. Oh, Zahir and Christopher, good night. Subscriber from Starbucks South Park. Hey, man, I appreciate that, Christopher. Yeah. I remember you when we was doing some work on the off day. It was nice to meet you. It's always been nice to meet people who enjoy the content I make, and it's always been nice to when you all come up to me and say hello and give your thoughts on everything. Is motivation for me to like keep continuing to do what I'm doing, and I just keep pressing. So big up everybody who watches, everybody who likes, and everything. So yeah, that was essentially Pagwa in a thing, and I was happy I was able to capture that in essence. Right, so today, this weekend, I wanted to record 2 videos. I only ended up doing, I did do kind of 2, right? One of them I wasn't planning, but it just happened. And the next one is most likely the video that's going to be next week. I remember somebody in one of the comments when I was doing the set of carnival videos and thing, I can't remember which one of the live streams or which video it was. They was asking, hey, I should go and cover the military museum in Chaguaramas because they have this ongoing thing with the CDA, in which the CDA want to close them down. So if I could go and record that and capture that before anything happens, I should go and do that. They asked me to do it, and it's like, wait, I didn't even know that was going on until I went and check it up on the papers and everything and realized, yeah. So essentially, what happening is that the CDA is saying the Chaguaramas Military Museum, right, their lease is up and they haven't been paying rent, and that they need to vacate those premises. Now, the military museum is saying no, that's illegal. They have been doing this. They have been granted that land from since 1990, I think, to 92. Look out for the video. That's the next video, by the way. That is up and coming next week, Saturday. We are doing the military museum, which I got the opportunity to visit today, and I recorded that today, this morning. Yeah. Now, mind you, it was a few attempts because they had this ongoing thing with the CDA. There's normally be closed. There's had to be closed here and there, and it's only certain days they will be open. So if you do want to visit, I'm giving you update now. There's a number to call. I will try to leave that number at the end of this one in the description below. But that number will also be available in next week's video, next week Saturday's video. For those of you who don't know, we drop videos every Saturday around 6ish. So that's what we drop in next week Saturday. The military museum down in Chaguaramas. And Dread, I did not know the amount of stuff that the museum had. There's even a bar and thing inside there. A food like a Old Navy food court kind of thing, and a bar, which was pretty good. I didn't know it had all these things inside there, apart from all the vehicles and of course the plane. I think most times when people do military museum, the main aspect is the huge old BWIA plane kind of thing. Yeah. So look out for that one. That is up and coming next weekend. Yeah. So I was able to record that today. Now, I did mention the few times I tried to visit the museum, they was kind of closed because they have this ongoing thing with the CDA, and they are basically they have a court hearing coming up next month in April sometime. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do anything or say anything about that, but look out for next week's video. You'll get to see exactly what the museum has, and I do recommend, if you could visit the museum and show some support, because like I was shocked and amazed of like what the stuff that they had there. So I'm not gonna give any more spoilers on that. So yeah, look out for that one next weekend. Just before yesterday's video last week, I did drop Carmelita Waterfall. Well, not really a waterfall per se, because again, we're in dry season, so it's drip, so it's mainly the pool. And again, I saw a good bit of people enjoyed that one. I always wanted to visit, like from the time I heard about the waterfall in Grand Couva, and I was like, wait, Central have a waterfall? Like I didn't know about it until about 2 years ago or thereabout. And like every year, like normally when we're doing videos for TrinbagoVibes, it's not just on a whim I'll go out and record something. I normally have a plan, right? And I had this written down since 2023, I think. Yeah, 2023 is I think when I found out about this, and I was like, all right, I have to do it. And like, how things go. Sometimes we have certain plans, but then other things will take preference or take the forefront. So I was able to go and do it this year. Well, not earlier this month. Yeah, earlier this month, or was it in February? Earlier this month, I was able to go and capture that. And when I went, I really did not know what to expect. All I know is by the police station, you're swinging there and they have a truck going down. So I was looking out for a truck, like I stated in the video, and I found a truck. I wasn't sure if that was the spot. I did walk in first. I walked in and I checked it out, and I realized, okay, yeah, look at our pool there. And I walked back out to get my gears and stuff. And when I was walking back out, I saw a car was coming, and that's when I stopped them and I asked, it was a lady and a dude, and it was like, yeah, that is the waterfall. So that was how I was able to like confirm, right, that was the case. Now, I do not recommend doing this by yourself. The area is a bit lonely, and in retrospect, like I get blown up by my wife a little bit, and she's right. Like I should not have gone. Certain things I could do by myself, other things is be best to go with company. In the event things happen, right? By God's grace, nothing happened this wrong, but going forward, I have to realize, okay, I can't just move by myself just in case, because that's not safe, especially these days in Trinidad. So some people did converse that in the chat, in the comments and thing, and so just note, like going forward, like anytime I'm doing these hiking stuff, so long as it's not a hard one, no, so long as it's not an like a easy one that straightforward and relatively safe, I will have people with me going with me. So yeah, oh, Indra and Kimi and well, Brandon, good night, welcome, welcome. So yes, like I said, we keeping this short. So but it was fun to finally explore Carmelita Waterfall a little bit, and I didn't mention this in the video too, but I did move with beach pants, and like while trying to explore the higher part of the pools, trying to traverse the terrain a little bit, my pants hook up and it did rip. So I'm not sure if people pick up on that in the video. If you go back, you would realize like when I was coming out the track, you'd have seen my pants rip a little bit, but that just happened, right? Oh, cream, good night, good night. Now there's a nice little innuendos, these small things that we'll chat about here on the channel. So yeah, hear me on the channel on the Sunday Vibes Live. We go a little in depth. So and so yeah, so my pants had ripped, but I still continue with the video and everything. I do intend to revisit the waterfall like when it's rainy season, and I realize for these nature trails, these nature pools, now the best time to visit is when rainfall, like 2-3 days after rain has fallen, right? And so like the ideal well, right now I guess in the north coast it could go because all the waters would be kind of pristine. Might be the water levels might be low and it mightn't have as much water running or flowing, but you'll still see the pristine, clean, clear, that turquoise water, that green emerald water, the clear blue water kind of thing. so 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 yeah, but like for most cases when rain falls, the water will be brown because it'll be pushing on all the silt, all the rapid. It's have rapids, and the water flow from the high ups in the watershed in the river would be coming down, and it'll be brown as it heads out to sea or whichever pool or thing it happening. So the best time to really go these spots is for when rainfall, and then 2-3 days after rainfall, provided rain fall in those 2-3 days after, right? So that way the water could come flowing, and all the silt and thing would have settled. Yeah, that to me that's the like best time to go these waterfalls, these pools. So I do plan to revisit in the rainy season, and that one I'll change it up a bit in terms that I'm not sure if I'll be doing that as a video or as a live stream or what. We'll see how it goes, right? And Jeremy is now saying he heading Tobago. Hey, on a long weekend, right? Tobago is always a good option. Whoa, Shirley, welcome. Good night. And yeah, I'm hoping to go to Tobago later this year to do some content down on our sister island Tobago. Haven't been. I wanted to go last year, but timing didn't happen. So hopefully later this year, I'll be going there. We have our next long weekend, well, the Easter long weekend that is up and coming after this one. That weekend I will be down Mayaro, so expect some content down from that side. Easter side, around Easter time, a little after Easter, so that is April. Expect some Manzanilla, and stuff. Yeah. So for the next weekend is a long weekend, but it's also Eid, and like I have some Muslim partners, right? And normally for Eid, I'll be visiting them. So depending on when Eid falls, is a day I won't really be doing anything. So if it falls on the Sunday, I'll just may not have any Sunday Vibes live on the Sunday. If it falls on the Monday, well then we'll have our regular Sunday Vibes live episode 73 on that Sunday. So we'll see how it goes with respect to Eid. Once Eid falls, I won't be doing anything. I am considering doing a short on the iftar because I have some partners who follow the Islamic faith and thing. They will have iftar. Iftar is, how to explain that, boy? Now iftar is where they break the fast. Like if one of my partners hosting breaking of the fast at their homes or in a mosque or something, so they provide the meals. And that is called the iftar. I'm not sure what else is the detail of it. I plan to hopefully, God willing, do a short on it. So I'll get some more info on it when I'm doing that short. Expect that I'll probably not Friday, the Saturday, most likely. So I might drop a short on the Saturday apart from the military video, or it might drop on the Friday or the Sunday. I'm not sure, depending on how I get a chance to edit these things. And actually, back to Carmelita Waterfall. In the swimming, people also tell me I'm brave. That the next thing I should not be doing by myself. But for that one, before I hit record, they had a stick nearby, and I did kind of poke the water and probe the water a little bit just to see, okay, where's the depth, how deep it was, and I did take my time in like assessing the pool itself now. So I went around the pool and I realized, okay, around the pool itself, it had rocks where I could have touched the ground, and then I go a little further and I'm like, all right, I could touch here. And when I reach a point, it's like, okay, no, I can't touch there, and so I came back. I could swim a little bit, right? And I know it was. So basically, I test the pool before I hit the record button, and then after I realized, okay, it's safe. I was able to go in the water safely and all these things. Like, it would be best if I need to get a life jacket, to be honest with you. That's one of the things I supposed to be get. I should go and get one of these days. But when I start to do more hiking videos, more beach videos, something, I'll invest into that. But I do need to get that just as a safety measure. So I did probe the water before I went and set up and hit record. So I knew exactly, okay, this is the limits, this is what's happening, and I didn't stay in the water too long. I just like made enough just to get enough content for the video. So afterwards, like after I hit stop recording and thing, I did like chill in the pool for 5 just to take in where I was and enjoy the moment there and everything. So by God's grace, nothing happened, and yeah. So I end up, that's what happened for that pool. But normally I would not normally venture into these things that I do not know, especially if I'm moving by myself, or I'll test it first before, right? Because at the end of the day, you're out there, anything could happen, and you have nobody to help or assist. Like my wife knew where I was, and of course she was worried, but so I was keeping in communications with her back and forth. Traveling to the USA, I'm not sure. Like, if you have been following me since the beginning, I'll almost every year I do make a trip, but I don't think I'll be traveling this year, surely, to the States. Or if I do travel, I don't think I'll be doing any video content about it. So yeah, so the most I might go is just Tobago, and so this year is like a settle down year in a sense. When I mean settle down, I'll just be home. Um, so Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, Patricia, good night, good night. So yeah, so next weekend, like I said, all is a long weekend. It is Eid, and Eid is a day normally I'll be busy that whole day during the day. It is also spiritual Baptist. Now, I wanted to do a video on spiritual Baptist for the longest while, and it's just the timing, and I didn't get a chance this weekend to really reach out to anybody to figure out what kind of video I want to do. So I'm gonna have to push that, God willing, for 2026. So in 2026, I would really want to do a video on, the spiritual Baptist faith and spiritual Baptist on the whole, because here in Trinidad and Tobago we have all these things, all these different groups, all these religious groups having things, and most times is we think about it differently because what people would say about it, but we really lack any knowledge about it. And it's only when you, well, at least for me, at least when I go and do my research and talk to people and everything, and I realize, wait, now the whole different scene from what some people would call it like obia or whatever. It's a whole different scene. It's be like it'd be mind opening, and I think we need to highlight these things and learn about it, learn about what we, as I stated in the, which one of these videos, I can't remember which one. We need to learn what our neighbors is doing, basically. And when I mean doing, like what religion they follow, and how respectful it is, and because most cases it is always like a good versus evil tenant, so to speak, right? And that is what almost everyone I've come across so far, and even the little bit I dabble with the spiritual Baptist, is always that aspect. But all these things and all the, I won't say innuendos, I would say all the things about it would, or what people would say about it, would have been based on colonialism. But yeah, I really wanted to do a video on that. I wouldn't get a chance this year to do it. even if I get a chance next weekend to go out and record some stuff, I would not be able to drop it till probably next year. Right? So God willing, 2026, you know, I want to do some spiritual battles videos. If anyone of you follow that faith is watching this channel, reach out to me. You know, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and and we'll organize from there. Yeah, I have to, you know, organize some partners next time I'm doing these kind of things. Should you say in the immigration process? Yeah, with ICE and people getting deported, I have no idea what the environment will be like in the States, to be honest with you, later this year. How things are going, God willing, it can get worse than it currently going, at least in how I've seen it. And especially with this UK, now the UK, we have need a visa for the UK, and they jack up the prices to get that. There's a whole scene where, you know, Peter pay for Paul kind of scene, which is most unfortunate. But I guess immigration across the globe is going haywire. So hopefully these things are sorted out. So yeah, but we will see how it goes. Right now I do still have my visa. It is valid for a few more years. So, and I would like to come to the States in 2026 because there's World Cup. But I mean, if they're selling tickets for a World Cup game, exorbitant price, I'm not even sure if I could afford that at the moment. Kimmy, thank you so much. On who say I do plan to live stream it again next time around, and I'll try to record it as well, like on the fifth day when they have it, when they're walking through during the day in St. James. So most likely next time they have it, I will live stream just like I did this one that I went. Well, the one last year, yeah. Just like I did that one, this year I'll do the same thing. I'll live stream it, but I'll live stream it from the beginning. So that's it. Now, I know when I live stream, people would say it'll be blurry, and I just can't help that because this is a 720 p phone I have. This is the iPhone 13. Like, if people want to buy my new phone, you know, feel free. I'll have better quality. But the thing about this has 1080p on the back and it's a 720 in the front. But because when I'm live streaming, I might record on the front, it automatically on the YouTube app it just goes to 720 max. And 720 is good if you are watching the videos on your phone or even on a computer, right? But if you turn it up on your TV, 720 will look blurry. Apart from sometimes the data drops and everything, and I can't help that. So God willing, hopefully I get an upgrade or new phone before next year sometime. And with that, it should have better quality in terms of the live streams. But for now, I'm using what I have until I can get better or otherwise. Yeah, I'm using what I have. Brandon asking who are supporting in World Cup now. From the beginning, I was always like, I like Italian football. So if anybody asks, I'm a Serie A man, meaning that I watch Serie A, Juventus is my side. We have been struggling and everything. But yeah, so I'll for World Cup, I'll always support Italy. Or like once we have no Caribbean brothers or sisters, if reggae boys there, of course you must support the Jamaican brethren. If we boys there, we must support them. But not. Yeah. And now I know we can fix this problem with the Android, but it's like who gave me a good Android phone, because I was actually when I was in Kess, right? I saw a dude with the new Samsung Galaxy, and this man was video recording and zooming, and the quality on that phone was amazing, especially how dark the place was and little like the low lighting and stuff. They do some amazing work. So I'm actually considering getting one of those. Like, the reason I use the iPhone is because I have a MacBook and things, and that's why I use to edit on with DaVinci and all these things. It's just easier to put AirDrop and all these things, and the processing on the Mac. For me, like, I used to use Windows before, but the processing on the MacBook, I have a MacBook by far easier and smoother than like a Windows machine. Like, probably far to and it's so interesting because if you watch the specs on the MacBook compared to the same specs on our Windows, it'd be like Windows much have better specs, but somehow the processing power on the Mac, it especially for video editing for me, from my experience, is seamless and is much easier. So yeah, so that's why I have iPhone and thing, but we'll see how it goes. For by the way, on April 6th we have the ITEL festival, right? Most likely I'll be live streaming that. That will happen at there's the scouts, the Cub Scouts headquarters, which is in St. Anne's, is right just before um Queen's Hall. Like, so as you come off the Queen's Park Savannah to swing into St. Anne's there, and just before Queen's Hall on the right hand side is the Scouts headquarters, and so they'll be having the ITEL festival there. There's a cost involved in entering it, and yeah, but I did a video on it last year, and God willing, this year I will be live streaming it on the 6th. I'll say that Liverpool fan. I hear. Oh, Kevin, big up, big up. Now for the next weekend, so we have the military museum, which is up and coming. It had a time when I went earlier and the museum was closed. That was yesterday. Yesterday I passed and it was closed, and is when I called, then they say nah, they opening today, and because I passed it through, they organized for me. Oh, Javan, good night, good night. And but yesterday when I was down here, I was like, all right, I was done Shagramas already, and it was close to lunchtime, so I went and get food from a spot that I haven't visited in like over a few years. So the fact that they were open still and the food was delicious, I will also most likely I will include that video in the military museum video, because I did record it. So because I wasn't sure if I was able to get the military museum, if I'm honest with you all, so I end up recording that experience. So look out for any military museum. It will have some food element as well. Oh, Kevin, I am there. We just chilling, and yeah, Kimmy. I tell you, the new latest Samsung is on a next level, and at least that was the opposite of a huge river. This was in the night for Kes, and the man was the same distance as we. If you watch the is we video, I mean the quality I with my phone, it was poor, and even with the GoPro, I was using the GoPro because it's easier to tote than the Sony have here. Yeah, so of course the quality was blurry and too much noise. When we say noise, it's all them little fine details in the night. Yeah, lies, because these things don't handle low lighting too well. But that phone was amazing. Anyway, for the long weekend, next weekend, right, I do plan to record. I'm not sure. For sure, I feel was start scripting like a few weekends ago, another weird laws video kind of thing. So I do plan to record that next weekend, as well as I'm not sure yet, like what other plan I would have. Like, because my plan was, like, again, I wanted to do a budget video today. Like today I was planning to go to the market and then spend this whole week here, surviving the week with what I got in the market for $100. Because this whole thing played out with the military museum, and I got the opportunity to do it today. I basically canceled the market video, so I won't be able to do it next weekend, but I'll hopefully the weekend after I'll be doing that, a budget video. So that's the next thing up and coming next weekend. The only thing I have on my radar to record is the Weird Laws Volume 2 video, and I might do something else, because as I say, it's a long weekend. But at the same time, I may not be overdoing it, because I do also have some housework planned, and I have to get that done. So the only thing I think I'll be doing next weekend would be probably the Weird Laws, and I already script that more or less, so just to go out and record the videos for it. And yeah, And the only thing I would see happening in the up and coming. Oh, by the way, right, for those of you who don't know, elections is next month on the 28th. So we will see what's happening over the next month and thing. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I do recommend, regardless of who you support or don't support and thing, do execute your democratic right and vote. But we'll get more into that later on. We know we don't like to keep politics in this whole um here on the channel. We don't really talk politics and whatnot. It's like, Dread, whoever you support, you support. We big, we have sense. I expect though that during election time, any campaigning trails, they'll probably have some entertaining videos and topics and all these things. So we'll see how it goes. And yes, Kimi, Dong Mantan, there is I think is Nariva, the Nariva Swamp, Nariva River. They do have some tours there and kayaking there. And that is also underrated. Dong Guaya also has some ATV stuff. They have a few things like that don't get too highlighted too much, but hopefully we'll cover it eventually here on the channel. It's all about the timing. It's all about the finances, but mainly it's about the timing, and we'll see how it goes. Daryl is saying I need to do a beach lime in Queen Anne and cook. If I do that, I gotta do that with Bushman. Bushman is the one who do these cooks in these spots and thing, like normally here on the channel TrinbagoVibes is not your typical vlogging channel. It is, we highlight all aspects of Trinidad and Tobago, because we have a lot of people, a lot of vloggers, a lot of content creators out there who do vlog those kind of styles of cooks, making cooks by the river, making cooks by the beach kind of thing. If you would see me in that, I'll be most likely in another video. So most likely, if I'm doing that, it will probably be in Bushman video or somebody video or something. So not so much on this channel. I'm not saying it'll never happen, but this is more of a, I'm gonna eat food, taste food, try food. If I have to do food, by the way, that's what I'll do. Other than that, we'll check out places, check out culture, do those kind of things. So Ricardo is saying, can I try doubles in Princestown? Well, we did doubles hop along the Naparima Maya Road. I'm hoping, God willing, this year sometime I do have round 2 of that to try and capture spots I did not get the first time round, and I'll try to move a little earlier. I'll see how it goes with Princestown, because I also have to do double hopping in Penal. That has been on the board since a few years now, and I haven't reached yet. That one I'll be doing with some cousins of mine. So we'll see how it goes, And that's about the updates I have for you all in this Sunday Vibes Live. So look out for the next video, which is, we'll have a food and military museum video down Shagramas, and then after that I might do weird laws or something else might pop up. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to figure it out. I'll see how next weekend goes, and yeah. Laurel, I do what I'd be eating a set of food on the channel, but there needs to be a balance. And I don't have anything against any, like, Dread. This channel could become a food channel. It could become a food vlog channel and everything. Like, but they have a lot of those already out there. I like to give you something different every week. So not every week you'll see food or something. Although that's a nice vibes to do, I won't lie. So I may cover it. I may end up on a separate video on it with, like, say, probably, as I said, with Bushman, probably with Foodie Nation, and stuff. But yeah. But most times I don't like to be highlighting food every time right through. Although it's one of the easiest things to do, I try to look at experiences and the different aspects that don't get too much coverage here in Trinidad and Tobago. And yeah, don't mind, next week you'll see some food, right? And some of the best tasting fish you could taste on the island, in my opinion, right? Grilled fish, that is. So yeah, so look out for that next week. Again, I gotta shout out the Shiva Gunner organization for last weekend, for accommodating me in recording and documenting the chowtal hopping. Yes. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you so much. And that was always the plan, right? The original plan was just to, highlight places and show you how to get there and everything. And then it evolved to this, the balance to a we are everything Trinidad and Tobago: food, culture, events, hikes, places to visit, that kind of thing. Going down going down Shagaramas and all, I also realized Roots Yard, which I covered like 2 3 years ago. There was in the art center right there in Maraval. They moved to Scallywag Bay, right? So I'm hoping to cover them sometime later this year as well. Cindy now reached. Cindy, I'm about to wrap up here, but thank you for join taking time off of your Sunday to you know tune in, so to speak. And everybody else, thanks for joining. Yes, yes, Shirley. That's our next thing. I like to is be fun to teach a little bit sometimes when doing these videos. Geography, history is be amazing because like I'm always of the opinion we have to understand where we come from in order to appreciate where we go in. And I was a fan of geography, and when I meet some of the subscribers or some of my friends who teach geography and all these things, they'll be like, Raj, hey, you're doing some amazing work, and they actually show their kids, when I mean their kids, their students, some of the videos, and they use some of the videos to in their teachings. Dread, I feel real happy and proud at those moments, and yeah, so thank you all for all the support and everything, and I think I'm going to wrap up with that one. So hope you all have a great week, have a productive week, have an enjoyable week. Whoa, Mosey. Nah, well, you make it down to the end here. If anybody have any questions, I'll probably stick around for like 1 more minute and answer any questions. I'll see if I miss any questions on the chat. Uh, Sorry about that. Sometimes when I'm talking and explaining and going through something here, I might miss one or two of the chats. So I apologize, but yeah. So look out for the military museum, which is the next one. And yeah, and be safe, people, this week. I know some people can't wait for this week to finish because we have a long weekend next weekend, and next week is a 3-day work week. But for this week, be safe out there, be productive out there, stay awesome, be good, be kind, and I appreciate that, Mosey. Well, yeah. So normally I try to come on live on the Sunday or around 8 o'clock, and I'll normally wrap up before 9 because sometimes I have other stuff to go and try and finish before the Sunday finish. So if you could reach on the chat a little after 8 and drop the questions, I'll try to answer them as best as I possibly can. Anyway, folks, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next one. I am out later. God willing, next Sunday Vibes Live hopefully will be next week. But if next week Sunday is Eid, then I won't have the live until the weekend after, right? Or I may go live weekend. I don't know because it's a long weekend, so we'll see how it goes. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, you all have a great week. I'll go on later. Yep, surely 4-day weekend.